but you will miss the whole point of who I am. Looking up. Never look up to anybody, never look down on anybody. This looks very simple, but try it and see. In your mind, you've decided what is good, what is bad, what is high, what is low, what is virtue, what is sin, what is filth, what is wealth, everything. Everything is already determined. Once you've done this, there is no way you cannot look up at something or look down on something. What you think is bad, you will look down. What you think is good, you will look up. If you remove this and just learn to look at life for what it is, you will effortlessly navigate through your life, effortlessly. Right now, this is the problem. You are looking up to some people, looking down on some people and trying to be humble with them. There's no need to be humble. Treat everybody as rough as you treat yourself. That is, if you're treating yourself rough. If you are pandering to yourself, try with others, then you'll get tired, then you'll treat them rough anyway. Yes. So, this is simple. I'm telling you the same thing what I told her. It worked miraculously for her. Never look up to anybody, never look down at anybody. Just see everything the way it is. This is the fundamental of this culture. If you go to the temple, what do? Hi, what do? If you ever go to the temple, what do? Namaskaram. You see a man, what do? Namaskaram. You see a woman, what do? Namaskaram. You see a tree, what do? Namaskaram. You see a rock, what do? Namaskaram. A cow, snake, donkey, monkey, everybody namaskaram. Because fundamentally this is what it means. This is called vairagya. Vairagya means, this is not vairagya does not mean giving up your life and going somewhere. There's nowhere to go unless you go with that guy, outer space, they're going to send you out with a one-way ticket, I believe. Otherwise, where is there to go? Wherever you go, it's still life, isn't it? So, vairagya means this, literally means, vairagya means beyond color. That means you become transparent. If you're transparent, every dimension of life can pass through you, but leaves you untouched. You can handle life to the extent you wish. What you can handle, you handle. What you cannot handle, you don't. But in your life, if you do not do what you cannot do, that's not an issue. But if you do not do what you can do, you're a disaster. The moment you think something is good, something is bad, somebody is high, somebody is low, many things that you can do, you will not do in your life simply because you think it's bad, simply because you think it's low or high or whatever nonsense. So in our lives, this is what is most important because it's a brief life. It's a limited amount of time for the human potential to flower. In this life, here if you're choosing what to do and what not to do, no, everything that you can do must happen. What you cannot do, it doesn't happen, it's okay.
Sadhguru, I'm a student from science background. Most of the religions in this world proclaims that the God has created human beings. But our evolutionary science is saying that human beings have come from monkeys. Which one should I believe in?
What do you feel closer to?
Being a human, I think that I have evolved from humans.
See, if you are someone who is on a reverse gear, then you must choose the first one. Your religious people telling you you came from God because you're going in that direction, better not go in the direction of a monkey. Go back to God. But if you're planning to evolve, then better go with Darwin because is there room for evolution for you or are you super evolved already? I'm asking.
There is a room for evolution.
Huh? There is room for evolution. If there is room for evolution, that means there is a possibility that you can become a better man than what you're today. So if you're going in forward gear, go with Darwin. If you're in reverse gear, go with God. Yes. Because if you want to go on that path, that needs devotion. Devotion means… the word devotion comes from the word dissolution. You want to dissolve into your object of your object of devotion, whatever it is, you want to dissolve into it. So, in a way, it is a way of making yourself less and less and less so that you become nothing, literally. It's a wonderful way to live. It is not sounding good when you speak in language that you want to become less and less. No, when you become really nothing, you become limitless also. So devotion is one way to go. But you don't have that because you've gone through little bit of modern education and you're beginning to think logically. Now, if you think logically, naturally you can see life has evolved on this planet, there's no question about that. So if you want to go forward, you must see, just behind you is the monkey. One step backward, you will be right there. Better you move forward. Because some of the scientists today, that the DNA difference between you and chimpanzee is only 1.23%. 1.23% is not much of a difference, isn't it? Not much of a difference, isn't it? But see, just 1.23%, a world of difference. Isn't it so? Just such a small difference. Just see how big a difference. So, if you're not happy with 1.23%, you must accelerate your evolution. The entire system of yoga is just this, how to accelerate your evolution. In every dimension of who you are, how to hasten this process. Now that you're talking about evolution, whatever Charles Darwin said, a goat could have become a giraffe. It took so many million years. A pig could have become an elephant and it took so many million years. And a monkey became a man and it happened rather quickly. To such a point, anthropologists are saying that there must be a missing link somewhere. It happened rather very quickly. So now, if evolution happened, when you were a monkey, you did not desire, I want to be a human being. There's no such desire in you. Nature just pushed you on. It's just life's longing. It's not a conscious thing. It's just life's longing to get better. From an amoeba to here, just imagine the volume of work that's been done. Incredible, isn't it? Whatever number of years it took, maybe nobody is very clear about that, it doesn't matter. Because it is 1 million years, 10 million years, it doesn't matter. With our lifespan, 1 million is as good as 100 million. So it doesn't really matter except for academics. Whatever amount of time it took, from a single-celled creature to the human being, what a tremendous amount of work has been done. But now you've been rendered in a space where your evolution has to be conscious. 15,000 years ago, over 15,000 years ago, Adi Yogi said this. When his seven sages asked, his seven disciples asked this question, how did life happen? You have heard of the 9 avatars. What are they?
Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narasimha, Parashurama, Rama…
Not bad, from Andhra Pradesh.
Krishna, Buddha, Kalki.
So, please look at what he is saying. This is very much in parallel with what Charles Darwin is saying. First is fish, Matsyavatara. Next is amphibious, turtle. Then he's skipping all the other small forms and coming to the mammals. The first mammal we're talking about, a boar or a pig. Among all the mammals, you will find… I can go into a lot of explanations, but there are people who hunt pigs. Wild boar hunters and eaters are right here. They know the hardest animal to kill is always a boar because it's so rooted in the body. Even today, if you behave badly, the girls will say, he's like a pig. Yes or no? So if something is very crude, you say it's like a pig. So, first animal, mammal, is the pig. What's next? Avatara.
Vamana. Matsya.
Narasimha. Narasimha means half man, half animal. Next is Vamana, means a dwarfed man. Next is Parashurama, a full-fledged man, but explosive and uncontrolled, volatile. So volatile, he lopped off his own mother's head. Next one is Rama, a peaceful man. Next one is Krishna, a loving man, an exuberant man. Next one is Buddha, who is a meditative man. Next one is supposed to be a mystical man. This is not about those individual people. This is just… these people are being used as milestones. This is the nature of development of life. In many ways, this is running parallel to Darwin's theory of evolution. Darwin's theory of evolution is only 152 years old. Adiyogi spoke about this over 15,000 years ago. And then naturally the next question is, can we evolve further? Because you find right now when you want to study for your examination, you wish you had little more brain. Hello? Does it happen or no? So naturally question, can I evolve further? If a single-celled animal can become this much, can I go further? So Adiyogi said this. This is… modern neurologists are saying the very same thing in a different language. Adiyogi said, considering the nature of the solar system and the arithmetic, I will not go into the elaborate arithmetics of this, the way the planet, the moon, the sun, these three are very important. There are other six which are also playing an important role, but these three are most important. The planet Earth, the moon and the sun. This is why the entire yogic system is around these three aspects. These three have significant roles. Unless something fundamental about the solar system changes, he said, your body cannot evolve further, but you can evolve consciously. When we say we can evolve consciously, I can show you, or we can take you as an experiment if you're willing.
Yes.
Huh? We can put you on something and show you that your very fundamental genetics will change within a matter of 3 to 9 months by doing certain things with your system. If you know, if you're willing to give yourself to a certain discipline, your very genetics can be altered, your level of intelligence can be changed, the way you experience life can be changed. So he said, you can evolve consciously, but physically you cannot evolve unless something about the planetary system changes. Modern neurologists are saying something very similar. I will not go into the detail because of the time, but you can evolve. So, if you're going forward, choose Darwin. If you want to go backwards, backwards is not a bad place. If you want to go backwards, don't think backwards is a negative thing, no. If you want to dissolve, you go towards God. If you want to evolve, this is one way. These are two different ways of doing the same thing.
Now we'll be having the audience question session.
Audience are all sleeping,
Namaste Sadhguru, I have a question for you.
Where are you?
Here.
Okay, okay.
Here. You said that Indians have so knowledge about everything. ಇವಾಗ ಭಾರತ ವಿಶ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಡೆ.
You're saying that or me saying it?
ಈಗ ನೀವು ಆದಿಯೋಗಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸದ್ಗುರು, 15,000 years ago we had that knowledge ಅಂತ. ಹಂಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಇದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ತರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ತಂದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ತರ್ಬೋದು?
See, there is no need to bring back anything. Always people are talking in terms of how to revive this, how to revive that. It's not about reviving. If you make human beings to live consciously even now, they will speak the same things of Ramas, Krishnas and Adiyogis have spoken in the past. This is one thing you must understand. This is a godless culture. All the people whom you worship are people who walked this geography at one time. We worship them not because they flew in the sky, walked upon the water or fell from the clouds, nothing like this. They went through life just like you, all the trials and tribulations, much more drama than your life. If we have to take examples, well, we can take Rama, because even today he's having real estate problems. After so many years, after nearly 6,000 and odd years, still he cannot settle his property. So, this happened right through his life also. At a young age he became a king, rightfully, because he's a prince, coronated, became a king. Due to some political reasons, he's sent to the forest and he has a young wife. She's not a tribal woman, she's a princess, not fit to be in the jungle. Well, in your television serials and movies, you might have seen Rama, Sita dancing and you think it's some kind of a honeymoon. No. Going to the jungle is a punishment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've lived in jungles for weeks by myself, surviving in the jungle. If you stay there for a week or 15 days and come back home, people won't recognize you. Head to toe you will be bitten by insects and you will be a different thing, especially if you take the girls, you cannot even recognize them when they come out. Yes. So, going to the jungle was not some kind of a picnic, it was a punishment. And as if that was not enough, these Sri Lankan people came and kidnapped his wife. You know the story. This is not here, this is in Ayodhya. They took away his wife. After all, he's a king. If one wife goes away, he could have found another local solution, because allowed for the king. He could marry 100 if he wanted. But the man loves his wife so much, he walks all the way down, not with an army, just with his brother, all the way down. She must have meant so much to him because there is no GPS location as to where Sri Lanka is. So I want you to understand, it's over 6,000 years ago. Then he gets there, builds a Tamil army. Tamil people are here also, I think. See, look at that. So builds an army, crosses over, fights a battle, kills hundreds of people, burns down a beautiful city, then gets back his wife. Then a few months of being together, living as a king, she is fully pregnant. In that condition, again some political turmoil happens and he sends her back into the jungle. He's not getting rid of her. This must be understood. He's not getting rid of her, she means a world to him. Not just that, for a king, for an emperor, wife is pregnant is a big deal because the hair. No sonogram, so you don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. It could be boy,